Okay, is it working? I've gone live. I have gone live on the group. And that's odd because let me just do that. Comment. It shows me one viewer. EPAM. Okay, so I've added you on the comment. Is she? I can't find. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not getting any comments. I think there are a couple of viewers. At least I can see. Yep. Okay, not a problem. ठीक है. Yep. No, I suppose when somebody is actually active, somebody can send me a message. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Bye. So I'm not sure if this is broadcasting. So if it is, if somebody could send me a message, maybe write a comment. Okay. Thank you. So it seems that it's working. All right. Good afternoon. And am I audible? Rupali, audible? Okay. Thanks, Shobha. All right. Good afternoon, and thank you for spending your time this afternoon. I'm supposed to be talking to you on cybercrime and the problems that exist with cybercrime. So, short introduction about myself. I am a cyber forensic investigator, which basically means that I investigate computers of all kinds and I work on any kind of crime that's possible. So, not necessarily a cybercrime, but we've investigated cases like financial fraud, uh, banking thefts, murder, kidnapping, suicide. So, pretty much every kind of crime these days involves some element of cybercrime. So, which is why we work in cybersecurity. But what we've actually realized is that a lot of cyber crimes themselves happen simply because we make mistakes. cyber criminals are not very intelligent. And hi, Kiran. So, yeah, cyber criminals are not very intelligent or not any more intelligent than anybody else. The fact is that we make mistakes. हम गलतियां करते हैं, small mistakes. We click on the wrong link. We provide data to the wrong people. So a lot of cyber crimes happen because we are careless. Let's give you a simple example. You need to find Titan showroom. You do a Google search for the Titan showroom. As soon as the Google search happens, on the left-hand side, well, on the right-hand side, you'll get the name, you'll get the location, you'll most likely get a phone number. When you do get this phone number, automatically we click this number and we decide, okay, this is the correct number we are going to call. But the fact is that that Google number can be changed very easily. So some wrong person is going to access that, change the number, and instead of calling the Titan showroom, you'll call a hacker. Now, the hacker might not necessarily be professional, as in the hacker might not be paid to hack. But the fact is, if they aren't going to make money out of it, they aren't hacking. And the very few hackers... Okay, before we go into that, what is a hacker? A hacker is somebody who will try and get access to a system. Break the system, most likely try to get to work better, but many hackers will hack for the simple purpose that paise banane hai. So because we want to make money, we will try and look for ways and means to get money out of it. Now, the simplest way to do that is to confuse the victim into giving that money. That's a kind of attack that is called social engineering. Now, occurs in many, many ways. Social engineering can be done over the phone. Social engineering can be done over in person, can be done over the computer, can be done in any way. So, simple example. Y'all have all been told that Shweta Chawla is going to be doing this talk with y'all. How do you know I am Shweta Chawla? You have no basis on which to base it. Maybe 2 or 3 people in the group actually recognize me. But everybody else has logged in. You don't know who you are listening to, but you can see a face. On the basis of the fact that you all have been told that I will be talking to y'all are assuming I am Shweta Chawla. But there is no guarantee of it. So online, one of the greatest problems that exists is that the person you are hoping to see, the person you are hoping to speak to, is the person you believe you are speaking to. So whether you know it or not, how do you know who is actually on the other end of a cell phone or of a computer? One of my favorite, extremely difficult case, but favorite cases, was this 2 children from a school, 8 and 9, and they were talking and they were communicating, and then they were on the cell phone as well. All the chats that they had on their cell phones, they decided not to have in school. So it was very simple. School mein baat nahi karenge, because school mein dikha ki you are talking to somebody from the opposite gender, you're going to be teased. So we won't talk in school, but we will chat. They chatted for quite some time. As is normal, 8, 9, 10-year-olds, very curious of their sexuality, they ended up exchanging nude pictures. The boy got worried. So the boy went back to school the next day and he told the girl, look, I know we aren't supposed to speak in person, but I have sent you those pictures. Please don't share them with anyone. The girl looks at him and says, I have not spoken to you. I have no idea why you would think we are chatting. We have not been chatting. The boy panicked. found that he was not chatting with a 9-year-old girl. He was chatting with a 35-year-old man. The fact is, on the internet, yes, these are children who got confused, but the fact is you and I get as confused. One of the classical frauds that we are seeing today is what is called the romance fraud. Romance fraud is very simple. You go online, either the matrimonial site or a Facebook site or Instagram, Snapchat, pretty much what you like. You start talking to a person. Now, while talking to this person, pretty soon some romance might develop and you realize, okay, I like this person, I'm going to get married to this person. Or you're at least exploring the possibility. The person tells you, look, I am not going to be around. I would like to see you, but I'm not going to be around for a while. Can we please talk for a while? So you speak on social media, you continue, and the person then says, I'm traveling for work, and because I'm traveling for work, I am not going to be able to give you something on your birthday. I'd like to send you a gift. So first you say, nahi, gift ki kya zarurat hai, kyun chahiye, etc. and the other such pretend stuff. Soon enough, you start saying, acha, theek hai, bhejo. This person says, look, I'm going to send you a big gift. So I'm going to send you an iPhone. I'm going to send you a MacBook. I'm going to send you a couple of perfumes. So you think, theek hai, nice. Why not? Good for me. You get your gifts. Or at least you expect to get your gifts. Soon enough, you get a call from the customs department saying, Sir ji, Madam ji, parcel आया है and आपने इसका customs duty भरा नहीं है, तो भरने के लिए आप पहले भर दो, फिर आपको parcel मिल जाएगा. So of course you check how much you need to pay and they say not too much, 20,000 भरने हैं, आपको parcel मिल जाएगा. Now you are thinking 20,000 ठीक है because 2 perfumes, 1 iPhone, 1 MacBook Pro, ठीक है 20,000 भर सकते हैं. So you pay the 20,000 to a bank account that they tell you to pay, and soon enough they give you a call and they say, we've got your 20,000, your parcel has been cleared through customs, but we scanned your system, we scanned your parcel, and we've discovered that hidden in that parcel is some foreign exchange. Now, that is forex fraud, you're smuggling. So, to get that sorted out, to stop your smuggling, you'll have to pay a fine. Now, it's a police case. So, jail jaoge, police ko milna padega. Obviously, your fear levels go much higher. Now, they say, look, we can sort it out because it is smuggling. To sort it out, you just need to pay a fine, which of course is code for bribe. And you say, ठीक है, fine भर देंगे. Now they start telling you that fine is not 20,000 rupees, fine is going to be 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. What is your choice? Jail? Fine. Most likely, people will pay the fine. Then you realize कि parcel आया नहीं, that romantic interest of yours is no longer online, बात नहीं कर सकते उनसे. They've basically vanished. This is your most common romance fraud. Every 2-3 days in the paper, you will see something that says, doctor defrauded of so-and-so money because met somebody online. Engineer defrauded of so much money, met somebody online. The fact is that education does not prevent you from cybercrimes, or not to a great extent. Prevention of cybercrimes requires actually only 2 things. One is don't trust who and what you see online. And second is believe that you have to use common sense. If something feels too good to be true, that's because it is too good to be true. Free में कुछ नहीं मिलता है. For those of you who have kids, If you want to make them do something, you have to bribe them. You have to give them something. Even a 2-year-old child does not do something without a bribe. Why would anyone on the internet be providing you with free stuff? We download songs, we download movies, we download every possible thing off the internet, and we say कि हाँ free में मिल जाए. The reason it is free is because once you download something, you get access, you give access to your system. So back to my Titan case, you've made a call, you've spoken to that person on the phone, the person says, हाँ madam, Titan है, आपको क्या चाहिए? So you say, look, I have this watch repair करना है. Okay, we'll give you access to the closest center, but एक form भर दो, and once you fill that form, there is a 5 rupee fee for filling in that form. Whatever UPI mechanism you have will work perfectly for this fine. So you say, ठीक है, भर देते हैं, 5 rupees, no problem. We send you link. You get this link on your smartphone. You click it. That link takes you to what looks like a form. You fill in your name, address, watch details, जो भी करना है, you fill that in. And you pay the 5 rupees and you are done. At the end of it, you realize that you haven't just paid 5 rupees. There are other transactions in your phone that show you 50,000, 30,000 that have been deducted. I'm sure all of you have heard that, WhatsApp audio that was sent by the lady who had been defrauded of a lot of money because she clicked on a link like this. It was pretty viral. Now, when you're looking at these kinds of things, the fact is that if somebody told you कि madam 5 रुपए दो form लेने के लिए, and there's a physical copy of the form, will you pay the 5 rupees? Or will you ask the person 5 रुपए क्यों देने हैं? Why am I paying for the form? If it's just a form, then what's the need? But the fact is, the same logic that we use, the same common sense that we use in the physical world is something we do not use on the internet. On the internet, we trust and we trust blindly, which becomes a very dangerous part of the internet. I've been seeing your group and I've seen some amount of the details that are on the group. Now, with the kind of details that I've been seeing of you, I know a lot of the likes and dislikes that some of you have. I know where you shop. I know the kind of things you would like to buy. I know the kinds of activities you all are doing. Now, based on this, I can easily create a small little fraud. But I'm going to do it with Kiran. I'm not asking for permission. I'm going to do it with you. I can do it with Kiran because, well, she can beat me up in person later. Very simple for somebody to send Kiran a Facebook message or an Instagram message saying, I like the things you are making, and could you please host a lunch for 400 people. Now, Kiran's going to be happy with that, saying 400 people, yay. But we say, look, हमारा जो business model है, उसके हिसाब से you will get the money, no problem, but you will have to buy all the products and you will have to buy all the raw material from our vendor because quality check hai. Now, Kiran says 400 people, good business opportunity, really large company, and they're going to tell you that, look, this is not the first time we are going to be working with you. We would like to work with you further. Now, Kiran says, chalega. ठीक है, business opportunity, I'm going to accept it. So she goes to the vendor. She tells the vendor, company XYZ has told me to come to you and to do this kind of work. I need 4 kgs cucumber, 3 kgs tomatoes, or whatever it might be. Fellow says, ठीक है, घर भिजवा देंगे, but you need to pay in advance. So Kiran pays in advance, and now she says, company, this is also linked to the company, there shouldn't be a problem. At the end of it, the Kira tomato does not turn up home. Kiran's paid for all of it. The company, when she tells them, says, but we never told you to go there. Or the company just forgets to respond. Now, social engineering frauds can be done on any level. It is a matter of authority. It is a matter of trust. You get the person to believe that you are in authority and they will do it. I know a few months ago, there was this fraud that had happened in one of the shops. Person walked in, well, 3 people walked in, said they were from the income tax department, they were conducting a raid, they made everything seem exactly real, they picked up goods from the shop, and they walked out. A week later, they realized that the income tax department had not come. These were a bunch of crooks. So the fact is that frauds are very easy to commit. Also, there is this second problem that we have, that we provide data. कहाँ जा रहे हैं, किसको मिल रहे हैं, कब मिल रहे हैं. Like my favorite example, I've been using this example, I think, for almost 10 years now. I have this friend whose house was robbed, and we couldn't figure out how the house was robbed. Now, this is a friend of mine called Priyanka, and Priyanka is this lovely, nice girl, friendly, cheerful, spoiled thoda sa, and Priyanka is rich. So, ghar mein chori ho gayi. She called me, she called the police, we went to the police chowki. But the thief was caught because Priyanka's neighbor had seen the thief getting into her house, and so they had stopped the thief. But when we actually caught the thief, when we went to the police, of course, had him arrested, had him in jail, and they showed us very interesting things from this thief. He had this piece of paper, which was a checklist. And every item that he wanted to steal from Priyanka's house was in that checklist. When asked, how did you get this checklist? And how did you know Priyanka was not at home at this time? He says, Priyanka, school friend ko milne gayi hai. She was going for lunch and for the movie. 5 घंटे तो लगते हैं दोनों में. If you're going for lunch and for the movie, it's going to take you 5 hours. So he says, Gaya, how did he know parents were not home? He says, Gaya hai uncle auntie Delhi Priya didi ke shaadi ke liye. Now, again, how did he know that? Because Priyanka, in all her sensibility, had put in this post on Facebook saying, off to the airport. 2 weeks of bliss, parents going to Delhi. पता है 2 हफ्ते parents नहीं है घर पे. पता है प्रियंका अकेले है. पता है Priyanka has gone for the movie. You can break into the house. And he knew there was a checklist because Priyanka, every time she got something new, she clicked a picture and she put it up. Or, let's take this video that you can see for now. Based on everything that you can see in this video, you can see that there is a painting, not mine, I don't paint. You can see there are books. You can see a couple of other random things. But this video itself tells you something about me. It tells you what I like, it tells you what I do, and this is just one video. Like this, we keep putting things up. We keep putting up videos saying, I'm in Italy, and I am on the river in Venice. And that picture shows 1, 2, 3, 4 people of the family. It does not show one person of the family. Now that says that one person of the family has possibly not gone on the trip, is staying back home. If that one person is a child, that opens up the child for the kidnapping attempt. There have been many, many such cases where either kidnapping has been attempted or kidnapping has been threatened based on the information parents put up on their social media. So, why do we provide this information? The fact is that on the internet, we become a lot more trusting. हम सबको कहा था कि don't trust strangers. Don't take anything from strangers. What do we do on the internet? We talk only to strangers. We believe everything on the internet. We believe the WhatsApp university, whereas almost 80 to 90% of everything that's available on the internet is not true. There is an entire community of people on the internet who are called flat earthers. They are the group of people who believe that the earth is flat, it's not round, it's not a globe. And over the last 5 years, they've found that the number of people who are part of this community has gone up many times. So some university somewhere did a survey and they asked these people, why do you believe the earth is flat? Almost all of them said that WhatsApp told them. The information came up on WhatsApp and so they believed that the earth is flat. It's the same thing that we do all the time. Riots, political agenda, everything that you feel like that you take or pay attention to today is available online. And half of what you see is true and half of what you see is false. Making that distinction becomes very difficult. So all these coronavirus videos that we've been getting or messages that we've been getting, has anyone verified that these coronavirus videos or messages are actually true? किसी ने कुछ बनाया, डाल दिया, 3 people circulated to 10 of their friends, and suddenly this whole thing is viral. So there is no basis on which to know that these things are true. Like, okay, the coronavirus has this link. These days there's a link that's being circulated, which is a world map of the number of infections and the locations of all of these infections. Now, a smart hacker has already decided to make his own website, send the link out. Every time you click on that link, the web page opens on your smartphone. You download malware along with that web page. Now, I can promise you that not one of you has an antivirus software on your cell phones. What can a virus do on the cell phone? A virus can do everything on the cell phone. It can take control of your data. It can take your pictures. It can take your messages. It can steal your apps. It can work along with your UPI apps. It can also switch on your cameras and your mics. So without you knowing it, your cell phone's camera or your cell phone's mic can be activated. Let's give you a simple example. There have been all of these very interesting frauds that have been happening claiming to be Paytm. Now, normally somebody will call you up, Madam, आपका Paytm का KYC नहीं हुआ है. So you say, ठीक है, कैसे करना है? Now they tell you, ठीक है, we will help you out. You need to submit these forms. Either somebody will come in person or you can do it online. Okay, let's finish it online. Let's be over and done with. They say, okay, we will guide you step by step. So they tell you, click on this link, open this file, post your PAN card, post your Aadhaar card, post everything online. Now you say, okay. In the same tone, in that same way, they will tell you, open this particular link, download this, click on this link. Typically, that link will be something short like bit.ly/Paytm. Now you don't know what you are actually opening, what you are looking at. So you will download something. What you end up doing is you are downloading a virus on your cell phone. Now this virus, along with the app that you will download, will create what is called a backdoor in your cell phone. Or you might download what is called a remote access software, which basically means that even while not physically accessing a device, somebody can access it over the internet. Now they've got your Paytm number, they have your bank account details, they have your KYC details. All they need is the OTP that comes on your cell phone. But because you've given them access either through a virus or through a remote access software, they have access to the OTPs that come on your cell phone. So technically now, by the law, they aren't committing any kind of a crime. आप access दे रहे हो. So it's the equivalent of saying that घर का दरवाजा खुला छोड़ते हैं and we tell the thief, आ जाओ भैया चाय पी लो. That is basically it. Now the fact is that how many of us know when we are being followed physically? Do you pay attention? कोई 3 बार दिखता है, कोई आपके बच्चे के साथ दिख रहा है often. You pay attention to these kinds of things. You know when you are being followed, or at least to some extent you know when you are being followed. I'm sure most of us carry pepper sprays, or at least some kind of a security weapon with us. If nothing else, most of the purses that women carry can be used as excellent weapons. Swing it around, hit the person on the head. Break the nose. Brilliant kind of security. But the fact is, on the internet, it is extremely easy to stalk without anyone knowing that you are being stalked. The only way to protect that is reduce the amount of information voluntarily put up online. There are certain kinds of things that cannot be avoided, but if you can reduce the number of apps on your cell phone, if you can reduce the amount of downloads that you do and the number of pictures that are put up online, possibly we can be a little more safer. Now, simple tips, quickly. First, buy an antivirus software for the cell phone. They aren't expensive. They cost between 300 and 350 rupees per cell phone. Single user, single system, 1-year license, between 300 and 350 rupees. Between, I'd say 300 and 400 rupees a year. Second, don't trust anything that you see online. It is, if there is a message that you receive, an email that you receive, pay attention to who the sender is. If they tell you, call back to this number, don't call back to that number. Call up the number that you know. Like one of the most common frauds that's been happening is you get an email saying from a company saying the company's bank account details have been changed. Please send all the money to the new account. Most people don't call up the company and ask them, has your detailed bank actually changed? Now, with the Yes Bank closing down, that has become one of the most common things that is happening. We had a Yes Bank account. Because of the Yes Bank closure, we have moved on to a new account. Please transfer all the money to the new account. Most of the companies that are sending out these mails claiming to be users of Yes Bank don't have accounts with Yes Bank. So the fact is, very simply, I would say, don't trust the messages that you receive. Messages, emails, websites. If it's from a number that you know, if it's from the person who the number belongs to, then you can exercise some level of faith in it. But in all probability, call that person up, speak to that person, check with them, have you actually sent a message like this? Like I've been getting messages for my car servicing. I've been getting them for a car that does not exist. But messages aate rehte. There's a small link over there saying please click. You can click on that. It will take you to a fake page. There they will ask you car number kya hai, ghar ka number, ghar ka address do, what kind of car do you have, those kinds of things. So simply I would say just be aware that people on the internet are out to cheat you. Be aware of the amount of information that you put up and the kind of misuse of that information that can happen, and reduce your digital footprint. Put less things online. Don't put pictures of children up online because unfortunately, and I'm assuming this is a group that is largely parents, so I'm going to say this, India is the largest supplier of child pornography in the world. We are not yet the largest consumers, but India supplies the largest child pornographic content in the world. And the easiest thing for us to do, particularly when we are outside, if the child is being unruly, uncomfortable, restless, we give the child a cell phone and say play. That child gets used to believing that things on the cell phone are real. So when somebody on that cell phone starts paying attention to this child, the child believes it is true and then can be groomed into pornographic content. So avoid cell phones for children, of course, but then sometimes not avoidable. Monitor what the child is doing. So simply, that's it. There are a lot more complex techniques of security, which we will not go into today, but simply antivirus on the cell phone. If possible, cover your camera screens, both for your cell phones and for your laptops, front and back, because either through malware or through remote access software, the cameras can be switched on. 3, avoid putting personal content online or too much personal content online. Nobody needs to know where you are going. They can know where you have come and gone from. Khatam ho gaya, uske baad dalo. And okay, so yes, pictures shared online can be misused. If the mail account is hacked, if the cloud server where the pictures are saved is hacked, or if the device that is controlling that accesses the email account is hacked, then yes, your pictures can be hacked. Misused depends on the level of trust that you have with the person. So morphing a picture is extremely simple to do. I had this aunt who, as a 65th birthday present, gifted herself a course in computers. So she basically went for this 1-month course where they taught her internet, Word, Photoshop, all the basics. And on the family group, she was sent this picture of my mother and my masi. And after about an hour, she sent that picture back. First, we assumed she didn't really know what she was doing. Then when we looked at that picture more closely, we realized that the faces of my mother and my masi had been flipped onto their bodies. So mother's head on masi's body, masi's head on mother's body. I asked the 65-year-old aunt, kitna time laga? And she said that because she had not done it often enough, it took her about 30 minutes. Morphing software can take as little as 30 seconds to do this kind of morphing. So pictures can always be misused. All right. Are there any other questions? If yes, I can either handle them here or handle them later. And I think, well, I am not going to be using this email account again because this Facebook account was made primarily for this purpose and will not be used again. I don't use Facebook easily. So this account will be alive for another week or so. After that, I'll be shutting it down. But if you do need to speak to me at any point of time, then Rupali, Kiran, and Seema have my number, so you can take it from whoever needs it, or I can be found. Well, I can't. So give me a call. That's the easiest. So, all right, stay safe, ladies, and thank you very much for spending the last 40 minutes with me. Thank you.